Hello students, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a parameter query. A parameter query allows the user to input the criteria for the query to run on. You can put multiple parameters in a criterion, which generates multiple prompts when you run the query. It's useful when you want to run variations of a particular query. You can add parameters to any of the following types of queries: select, crosstab, append, make table, or update queries. So the way we're going to create the parameter query is we're going to use the design view and create query. And in the criteria row, we are going to enter an expression and we will put our logical operator, and then we'll put the text that we want to display to our user in brackets. And our user will be prompted with a window that looks like this. We're going to repeat step 2 for any field that we want to add parameters to. And when we run the query, the prompt appears without the square brackets, and the user just fills in the value they're looking for. We're going to do an example using the Northwind products database. We're going to create a new query called query products param, and we are going to ask users to enter the max list price as the criteria for list price. And we'll run the query, and we'll use 15 as an example. So let's go into Access now. And I have the Northwind products database up, and I'm going to go to Create, Query Design, and I'm going to use the table products for my query. And I just want the product name and the list price. And I want users to be able to enter the max list price. So I'm going to do a less than or equals to sign, and I want users to see this message: enter the max list price. So I'm going to put that information in brackets. And when I run the query, it's going to ask the user to enter the max price, and I'm going to do 15 and OK. And these are the results. All right, and let's go ahead and save this query. Save as, saved object as, and I'm going to name it query product param, and OK. And so you'll notice if I close the table and click on the query again, I'm going to get the prompt again, and let's just use 10 this time to get the different results. Now you'll notice that in the design view, I used less than or equal to. I think in the PowerPoint it says less than, but you can manipulate that if you do or do not want to include 15 or 10 or whatever value the user inputs. All right, now we can vary this parameter query very easily. I could instead ask the user to enter both their minimum value and also their maximum value. So we're going to go ahead and modify the design a little bit. And when you use the between operator, that does automatically include the, it is inclusive. It's going to include the minimum and the maximum value. So let's go back. And now instead, I'm going to say between enter the, and I'll change this to minimum, price, and enter the maximum price. And close the brackets. And let's run it now. So for the minimum, let's just say 5. And for the maximum, we'll say 15 and okay. And here are the observations that meet those criteria. In this next example, we're going to use the wildcard to match a brighter range of items. We're going to use the like keyword and a wildcard. So we're going to create a new query called query products param 2, and we are going to use the like keyword with the wildcard and ask the user to enter a product name. And so let's try this out over in Access. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this query. Okay, and I'm going to name it query product param 2. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and I am going to go into the design view. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this criteria. And let's add that like keyword here, like. I'm going to add the wildcard. And then I'm going to ask the user to enter the product name. Close the brackets and add another wildcard at the end. And let's go ahead and run this. And I'm going to use beer to see what we get. And we get the product that includes beer. And let's just do. Okay, so it looks like I actually had modified the original query. So when I click on query product param, it's asking me for the product name, and I'm just going to change it to chocolate this time. And okay, and there are the products with the name chocolate in it. So you can play around a little bit more in the design view with some other types of query criteria.